Hi Cancer, welcome to your October 2017 overview reading. Since it's October and Halloween is my favorite holiday, I decided to do a Halloween themed spread. So this is called The Vampire's Kiss. And, you know, with the eclipse happening in August and you know, just the moons and the heavy energies, I was like, ooh, it would be really, really good to do a spread that kind of taps into doing shadow work, because a lot of people have been confronting that since the eclipse. So that's what we're doing today. And let's see. And then I'm not going to do a timeline. I'm going to do like a souped up 3-card spread or 3-card pick at the end. So let's just go ahead and get started with Doreen Virtue. And then I also have a partnership manifestation workshop that this one wants to come up. So I have a partnership manifestation class, or it's a workshop. It's a 2-day workshop that I'm going to be offering. And so I'll have the details on that for you at the end. Okay, here's Paulina Cassidy. Creativity. Creativity is a natural part of you that can be ignited and developed. Okay, so what do you do right now that's creative? Like, that's the first question that you want to ask yourself. Like, is there some way that you express yourself creatively? And if not, then it's a really great time to tap into that more. Okay, and then the Doreen Virtue. We have Layla, at least I think that's how it's pronounced. Spend time alone in nature, meditating about your desires and intentions. Ask the angels to help you gain a positive perspective. Okay, with that in mind, this kind of goes back to the idea of retreat, which was a big theme in September, is like get yourself out of wherever you're at and just go connect with things, with nature. And so we have that theme, which is continuing now through October. Okay? So, what should I give myself over to is the first question. The Emperor. So I just want to clarify that this doesn't mean like give you yourself to. That's different. This is about like what do you need to kind of turn your will over to and turn your control over to. And this is coming through as confidence. So it looks like you're way more powerful and much stronger than you realize. And so you need to trust that. You need to turn over to your own strength, your own power, and use that to your advantage. Okay, and then we have what happens when I abandon rational thought. This is when you stop thinking things through and when you stop considering all the avenues and options, it turns into, this looks like wanting to go out of body. It looks like wanting to kind of check out and, not really take every avenue into consideration as you should be. So it just looks like when you abandon that, you kind of evacuate your body. So, and it looks like a fear of the unknown. It's just like, I don't know what's going to happen and I don't want to see the next step. So I'm just going to check out. I'm just going to throw myself into something else so that I don't have to deal with the possible consequences of this. Okay, so now we have Who Wants to Kiss Me? So the way I'm reading this is like, who's sending you love? And we have a mother figure again. This came up for another sign. So the Queen of Cups is like, this could be a friend, but really what you want to keep in mind is that this is someone who has motherly qualities. Someone who is really emotionally intelligent, emotionally confident within herself and with her own abilities to be a healthy supporter of you. And so this is super motherly. Whether this be a partner or a grandmother or a friend or a mother, They're just really warm and motherly. That's the person who's sending you a lot of love and affection right now. Okay, now we have, how do I embrace my darkness? So this is, how do you cope with the shadow self? The Empress. So it's stepping more into the masculine and feminine balance. So the yin and the yang, especially because we have the Emperor and the Empress that are kind of, you know, sitting above and below each other. It's all about achieving that balance, knowing when do you step into more of a masculine role and kind of take charge, and when do you step back and accept. So it's achieving balance, and that's also true for the light and the dark, yourself and your shadow self. So that's the theme, is when you try to shove your shadow self into a closet and like keep them in there, then that's when you kind of burst at the seams and you're more likely to go unconscious. So what it looks like is you're just like, this is really interesting that I have these cravings, or the example I give is like, why do I want to pick up smoking again when I gave that up years ago? You know, that's the shadow self, is like, ooh, there's this alchemy sitting here. So what's going on there? And it's just about being gentle and compassionate with yourself and with your shadow self, because as soon as you shine a light on it, it will calm down. You just don't want to shove it into the closet. That's the one thing, is like, you want to recognize it and acknowledge it, and it'll shift. Okay, so now we have what thrives in darkness. So this is, the way this is coming up is by not nourishing yourself, by not taking care of yourself and just working, you actually become more likely, again, to check out. That's the big thing that's coming up. If you're not maintaining your balance in work, in life, with your shadow self, with your actual self, that's what kind of creates more of that darkness. And so the way to achieve, keeping things light and just honoring yourself and your processes, it's all about giving yourself a break when you need it, and just respecting that you're a human being. You need to take breaks from time to time, and that's okay. You're not superhuman, and just recognizing that. So the hard labor, the working really hard, the efforting really hard, can cause us to be really hard on ourselves. And so when you stop doing that, it actually makes things a lot easier. So a big part of this spread is like how to cope and work with your shadow self instead of against your shadow self. So that's why I thought that it would be a good spread. Okay, so what thrills me? The moon. So this is the card of Pisces, but it's also very watery. It just has that elusive, mysterious energy about it. And so I actually want to clarify this right now. Two of Cups. Okay, so with this, it's partly the unknown, the possibility, the infinite depths that you're able to achieve with another person and within that connection. And this doesn't mean that it's like only for people who are in partnership, but it's also about, the clarity that you can achieve, because the moon represents confusion. And so it's kind of the process of peeling back the layers of connecting with other people, with friends, with partners, with coworkers, all of that stuff. As you peel that back, that's what's satisfying, that whole process. Okay, so then we have what increases immortality. So this has to do with health. right? The idea of immortality obviously isn't real, but it's about how can you better take care of your body. The Tower, so you have to let go of something. There's something that you're holding on to. There's a habit that you're holding on to that you need to just let go of. Moan and groan all you want. That's the reality of the Tower sitting here. I can get more information on what exactly you need to let go of, but it's going to be different for everybody. Some people, it might be unhealthy romantic relationships. For other people, it might be smoking. So we have Four of Wands. This is working really hard, investing too much in other people, and not taking any time for yourself. So it's similar to this card right here, where it's like you're just so invested in that family aspect, or that I need to hold everything together. That's gonna be the big thing that you need to let go of. Okay, now we have What Lives Forever. The High Priestess. Okay, so with the High Priestess sitting here, it's all about your intuition, your own ability to tap into divine source and understand the psychic information, because Cancers are, you know, super psychic. And so it's, as much as you like that, that's also the part of you that is immortal or infinite. That will carry on. Like your spirit, your psychic self will continue throughout, you know, way beyond this lifetime. Okay, now we have what action do I need to take? Page of Cups. So this has to do with play. I actually want to clarify this one too. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so what that tells me is, nope, we're not going to tell you. Because tarot likes to do that to me. So with the Page of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune, it's kind of like you have to figure this out for yourself. You have to figure out what is play, what is nurturing your inner child, what does all of that look like, and then going from there. I need to... Okay. So you're going to have to figure that one out on your own, because with the Wheel of Fortune, it's just like, it's going to be different for everyone in terms of how you're defining play and what your inner child needs. Okay. So now, instead of a timeline, I am going to do a kind of like a mini spread, but it's just the themes that are going on in your life. So the this is going to be your growth period, and then the this is going to be your romantic life, your love life, whatever you want to call it. And then the Wild Unknown is going to be your environment. Okay, so go ahead and pick a spread that whichever one, 2, or 3, that resonates with you, and then those cards will apply to you. If you want to mix and match, do whatever you want. Okay, so spread number 1, we have confirmation. And this is about, you know, you are getting confirmation that one way or the other, you're either headed in the right direction or you're not. It's kind of like if you move to a new city and you can't find a job, or there aren't any jobs available, or you keep running into toxic jobs, then it may be a sign that that's not the ideal place for you. It doesn't mean you can't live there, but it may be like, oh, you know, I should try somewhere else, or I should try working somewhere else, or it's going to be confirmation that that's the ideal place for you to be, or the ideal circumstance, relationship, environment for you to be in. So environmentally, we have Son of Pentacles. So yep, this looks work related. Now that this card popped up, it looks like the confirmation has to do with your work in the world, no matter if you are a stay-at-home mom or if you are an entrepreneur or if you just work for a company. There's confirmation in the work that you're doing. And in your romantic life, we have the Crone. So it just looks like there's a certain level of maturity that's coming into your decisions around relationships. It has to do with, you know, you and your partner are coming into a space where you have similar ideas and understanding of each other, but then there's also taking a step back and reflecting on what it is that you want for yourself, what you want in the partnership. And so if you're not coupled, this is like you taking time, stepping back, reflecting on what you want and coming into a sense of clarity about that. Okay, so spread number 2, we have abundance. So this is about taking an abundant mindset, making sure that you are showing gratitude for all of the things that you do have in this life so that you're able to attract more of it. The environment is the 3 of coins. So this is also work oriented. It's like there's something about finding abundance in the work that you do. So it's not necessarily financial. It can also be about resources. If you're working on a project and you really need to build a team, there's also abundance in that as well. And then your romantic relationships, we have the Queen of Cups. So making sure that you are being yourself emotionally and honoring the feelings that you're experiencing, as well as like being that mothering, nurturing person that you know you can be. Like just stepping into that role is perfectly acceptable, whether you're dating or coupled or intentionally single. It looks like you're just stepping more into the Queen of Cups energy in a really healthy way. Because then the flip side of that would be, you know, personalizing everything, hypersensitivity, and things like that. That's kind of the other side of the Queen of Cups. So making sure that you are honoring your feelings, respecting your feelings, and just taking time for yourself. Okay, and spread 3, we have throat chakra coming through, making sure that you are expressing yourself, whether it's creatively, because we have that here, or, you know, just telling people what you think, how you feel, what you want. It's all about the expression. So make sure that you are asserting yourself and asserting your needs by verbally telling people what it is that you want and what you're looking for. The environment is the 8 of Cups. So there's something here that you need to let go of, and this could also have to do with expectations. It may be, I need to speak my truth regardless of what I expect to happen from other people. I just really need to, or you need to speak up regardless of the outcome. Even if there are fears that go along with this, make sure that you are speaking up. Okay, and in your romantic relationships, we have the Tower, transformation. You know, there's something, and this, who else got this? There was another, yeah, so Sagittarius got the same thing where it was like throat chakra and the Tower. And so it's kind of like, you have to do what's right for you, even if it's painful. So even though you have to let go of these expectations and accept that you have to let certain things go, and you have, you know, the Tower, there is deep transformation in you finally speaking up and asserting yourself in these situations. Okay, so it looks like there's a lot going on here with relationship altogether. So, and this could also be, if you're dating, Like, there's going to be transformation in what you're attracting, what you're asserting, what you're asking for is going to be kind of, you know, uprooted and transformed. Okay, so that's what I have for the reading. If you are interested in the Partnership Manifestation Workshop, that is on September 30th and October 1st. It's a 2-day workshop. It's totally online. You get lots of resources. So the first day is like, you know, completely rewording and reworking your belief systems, throwing out the old ones, building new ones, and then day 2 is like creating your manifestation and making sure your language is on point so that you're attracting exactly what you want, and lots of other fun stuff like rituals and worksheets and all sorts of good stuff. So if you're interested in that, I will post the link so you can read all about all the details and go snag your spot. I only have 20 spots available for this one. If people enjoy it, then I may do it in the future, but it all depends on how this first one goes. So make sure that you go check that out if you're interested. If you'd like to book a session with me one-on-one, if I'm the right practitioner for you, you're welcome to book a session with me. That is also in the description. If you want a single question reading, I'm still offering those, so the link is down below as well. Make sure you follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, and all that good stuff. I will see you next time.